Just yesterday, the NBA issued a statement condemning the eagerness of state institutions, particularly those with procedural powers, to act the inkling of those persons consistently be in a hurry to charge Nigerians under the obnoxious cybercrime, particularly Section 24 thereof. The NBA noted that we've always submitted and insisted on that charges of this nature has an effect, a sizzling and a chilling effect on the right of Nigerians to critique those in government. We are now at this crossroad in this country where the government has decided to impugn on the rights and liberties of Nigerians, where the government has decided to abandon governance. And whenever any Nigerian has the temerity to challenge such an action, the state actors will already arrest such a person and charge them in court. This is not democracy. In a country where the government has not implemented its budget for the past 3 years, in a country where Nigerians are being kidnapped daily, in a country where there is no infrastructural development to show for the humongous funds that this government has budgeted for those activities and jobs, in a country where Nigerians pay more for darkness than they pay for lights, in a country where a court just convicted the former minister of power for stealing over 33.5 billion naira at the expense of the Nigerian people. When Nigerians start complaining about these injustices and the gravity of this very serious national question, the state actors try to use the instrumentalities of state apparatus, using the same taxpayers' monies that were budgeted or should be budgeted for infrastructural development to hang and to deprive such persons from the right to so speak. Is this the democracy that Nigerians elected have voted? Is this the democracy that Nigerians are joining? Why would the government be in a hurry to condemn and charge to court those who simply ask that governance should be for the people? Another clear case is the case of our comrade brother, Justice Crack. Justice Crack simply exposed corruption as far as military funding and expectations are concerned, as it relates to the feeding and the allowances given to the soldiers. In a sinner crime, the officers responsible for this feeding and for the welfare of the soldiers would have been summoned to explain what happened to the humongous monies that were budgeted for those feeding. They never did. The authorities went after the same person, the whistleblower, who should have been honored, given the national honor for exposing these ills in governance. And the same DSS, who has no procedural powers under any law in Nigeria, is the same institution that was vested with the right to file a charge against such Nigerian citizens. There was no investigation report, none whatsoever. The army simply kidnapped this young man, tortured him, and handed him over to the DSS to prosecute. To cover up the atrocities that this young man has brought to the fore. What was Mr. Omoyele's issues in this matter? They are not comfortable with the fact that he speaks truth to power and he challenges state institutions to be responsible and to be accountable to the Nigerian people. I think it is very important that beyond the rhetoric of condemnation and issuance of press statements, all hands must be on deck to ensure that the state actors are accountable. Nigeria is not a police state. Nigeria is a democracy governed by constitutionalism and rule of law. We should never surrender the liberties that our forefathers fought so hard to attain from the colonial era. What we practice in this country is neocolonialism, modern-day slavery of the Nigerian people. That must stop. Nigerians must demand accountability and an end to this impunity in high places. Nigerians should stop being slaves in their country. Enough is enough. Nigeria is for every one of us. Thank you.
Revolution now. Revolution now. And I insist, and this is important, that none of this will prevent the revolution from happening. The problem Nigerians are facing is that it is the people who lack legitimacy that are in power. People who did not win elections are the people who are presiding over our affairs. And that is why I can never have a position, like I said. We knew from day one what this was all about. And we knew from day one that the DSS was in cahoots with those who filed the charges and the people who are presiding over the charges. So don't worry about me. Don't leave this place, except those of you who, of course, are going to be happy that the judge did something for you. Don't leave this place thinking that anything will stop. We are going to get harder against them until we liberate our country. Yes. We are here for liberation. And there's nothing anybody can do about it until all Nigerians are free from the cabal led by the criminal who is now president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Thank you very much.